Welcome to another video, everyone. My name is Chanel. You are in Chanel's Corner. Thank you for joining me. If you are excited for today's video, please hit that subscribe button. If you're new to this channel, this is everything about Chanel, excluding fitness. Family, food, friends, fun. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you saw the title, it is about my past insecurities. I got a good 9 that I'm going to share with you guys. So let's go ahead and dive into number 1.
Leave you with the one in the air, that's how I roll. I got changes, so I don't care about no gold. Better, so much better flipping.
When I was younger, I do have Native American in my blood. Not enough to claim a card or anything like that, unfortunately, but I do have a Choctaw and Cherokee. Well, my great-grandfather, who actually still lives in Spencer, he's a Vietnam War veteran. He's a Purple Heart survivor, so he's very in tune with his roots. I used to think that I had a mustache. Like, I'm gonna get closer. I'm not sure if you guys can tell. I have, good foundation on. But I used to have the biggest mustache in the entire world. I tell my grandma, I would complain to my grandmother, I would complain to my mom, I would complain to my cousins and my brothers, like, why do I have a mustache?
I'm a female.
It didn't make any sense. And then my grandmother would always say, it's the Indian in you. And looking back on that, like, grandma, rest in heaven. Like, I know you were trying to help ease me, but I do not see any Native American women walking around any mustache. Like, I don't know what she was thinking, how that would help me feel better about it. But it worked back then, but now I'm just like, grandma. Insecurity number 2 that I used to have are my collarbones. I don't know why. I think I got picked on just by being like too skinny or too thin, and I just felt like that was something that normal people didn't have. But I would always have like shirts that would go up over my collarbone, or I would like when it was cold because I could wear a jacket and zip it up all the way. I was just very insecure with my bones showing. I guess they thought I was hungry, or I was already skinny, so it didn't really help in the aspect of me feeling secure about myself. So my collarbone. Some of you guys already know this, but my insecurity back then, number 3, were my stretch marks. Okay, I had a really big growth spurt. Obviously, I'm tall. I'm not that tall now, but when I was in elementary school, into my freshman, sophomore year, I kind of grew pretty quickly, and I also started to build more muscle mass because I started my weight training. I started my cardio, figuring out what I like, figuring out what I don't like, and I developed stretch marks all over my glutes because I did not have the biggest booty, and I started to grow it when I started to improve my squat. I have them inside of my arms because obviously my arms got a little bit more time, my knees because my thighs and my hamstrings and my calves grew a little bit. I was very insecure about that. I would buy creams and makeup foundations that were waterproof when I went to the pool to cover up the stretch marks. I just felt like they were so in your face and so loud, and everybody was looking at it like, oh my God.
Look at her, she has stretch marks.
And now I look back on it, nobody cares. Security number 4, as you guys can tell, I have a good smile. I thank God for braces, because if it wasn't for braces, I would have a gap. And I'm kind of curious how I would look with a gap nowadays. I guess I could just get some charcoal and like put it right here and see how it would look. And I'm pretty sure they got an app for it. But I would have a gap right now. I would also have like a bottom row of teeth that would be throwing some gang signs. So I'm glad that worked out for me. I got braces. I was very insecure about my gap. Hyperhidrosis, again, another insecurity that I used to have that I still somewhat kind of have because it is a part of who I am. It's in my DNA. If you don't know where hyperhidrosis is, hyper means overactive, drosis, it means, I don't know, say excessive overactive of my sweat glands. So basically, I sweat for no reason. And when I was in high school and middle school, I did not have the pills that I take now. So I would sweat when I write. I would sweat when I was sitting there. I would sweat when we watched movies. I would sweat when we would hold hands. Knowing that I sweat more because I was anxious, like, oh no, we're gonna do a group activity, I gotta hold hands. Or, oh no, I gotta go to school and it's red day and it's hot outside, so I would look weird wearing a jacket. So I'd just be sweating for no reason. And a lot of people have their cures saying, and everyone had their home remedies such as bio oils or just things that you could put on your armpits. I'm just about, what about my feet? I have hyperhidrosis. I have the highest level of hyperhidrosis. I'm gonna leave the information here for you just to read on your own. But it not only affects my pits, it affects my hands and my feet as well. So flip-flops have sometimes become an issue, and just holding hands and being in close spaces with people when I get anxious, and it's a different type of smell. It's a different type of sweat. So please see if you have hyperhidrosis. Way to cure that, I take a pill every single day along with other pills. Deodorants and stuff don't work because I can't put those on my hands and I can't put those on my feet. So that's it. Insecurity number 6, if you can't tell, I'm tall. And I was taller for my age when I was in elementary and high school. I was like tall and lanky, and you know those little thingies that are in the middle or in the front of car washes and dealerships that just like blows around. That is literally how I felt, okay? Tall, I was African American, I had glasses, I had a cap. I was the pure example of what it was to be an ugly duckling, and my self-esteem took a hard hit. And also having this sweat condition did not help. But being tall and lanky, the word that I wanted to use was lanky. I was very lanky and long fingers and long toes and long arms, but now I just embrace it. Insecurity I used to have back then are my feet, okay? I'm gonna post a photo right here for you to check out my feet. I do have another condition with that. I have a bone that sticks out on not one foot, but on 2 of my feet, which makes my feet kind of like turn at an angle. It literally looks like how my hand looks right now. And it makes it very uncomfortable to put on shoes. It makes it uncomfortable to wear heels for a long time. If you're one of my friends, you know if we're gonna go out and I'm gonna be dancing and we're gonna be out for a long period of time, I need a section because I have to sit these legs down. They're not considered corns or anything like that. I think they're called but it's definitely a bone problem, and I know that one of the solutions to it is actually shaving down that bone and realigning the bit. It definitely helps. But I mean, I don't wear heels that much, so I just wear tennis shoes and they're pretty comfortable, so I'm rocking it. I'm making it work. My insecurity that I used to have back then is pancake booty. I don't know if I can claim that term, but I definitely was rocking it. I had no booty whatsoever. By pancake booty, I mean a pancake. Like, it's flat. There's no volume. It's not a fluffy pancake. It's the pancakes you get at McDonald's that come in that little container with sausage and eggs. I had that pancake installed. Sorry, guys. And nothing is gonna work if you don't. So I had pancake booty. I hated it, and I work on it every single day. I knock out my squats, my lunges, anything that I can do to improve these butt cheeks. The final insecurity, guys, that I'm going to share with you, the last one that I used to be scared about, is being alone. I don't know what I mean by in the past is maybe like 5 or 10 years ago, but I'm very a bold, secure woman, and not a lot of people can handle that. Friends, relationships, businesses that I've worked with career-wise, and I've always thought about, you know what, I'm okay being by myself. I'm okay not having to go to sleep and worry about what he or she or they are doing behind my back. I'm very content within myself. I don't need anyone. I want someone. And an insecurity about me, along with all the factors that I've dealt with, is being alone and dying alone. But my support system and my friends and my family have always been there. I've never felt alone, just in the aspects of relationship, a companionship. So those are the 9 insecurities that I used to have. I am a better woman. I'm a stronger woman. I'm a more secure woman. I love the woman that I'm becoming because I am not done growing yet. I've come so far from elementary to high school to college to post-college just last year. 6 months ago, I am not the same person, and I'm very, very grateful that I took the lessons and learned from, to progress from, and to be better from in the future. Because I'm growing myself, not only just for me, because that's the most important thing, being better for yourself, but for my future wife, excuse me. For my future husband, for my future kids, and for my family, so that I can take care of my mother and my father when they get older the way that they took care of me. And I hope you enjoyed today's video, because that was something I didn't know if I wanted to share or not, just because I didn't want anybody to be judging me, but people are gonna judge you all the time, so why not give them, a bullet list to knock out. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Mwah. Stay tuned for more videos. I'll see you next time in Chanel's Corner. Bye, guys.